trust.
There is one man. He's the reason we call ourselves Joes.
Take 2 cases of Thin Mints and a box of Chuckalucks.
I was 8 years old, 9 years old, and I used to do everything with, you know, G.I. Joe. My whole neighborhood did. We had teams, we had gangs, we had G.I. Joe gangs. So it's a real honor, and I mean that, you know, to be asked to play G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe, General Joe Colton. And I got to work with great actors, a really, really great, well-prepared, funny, and just right cast. It's great.
General.
Call me Joe.
We were just like, you know, we were saying, okay, who can be the original Joe? And, you know, it was interesting in the room because, you know, usually there's a lot of opinions and you talk about a lot of different people, and almost everyone went right to Bruce's name. We're like, God, can you imagine if he'd say yes? Because he's such a perfect reflection of what we think, sort of what that stands for. What does that original Joe stands for, you know? And thankfully he said yes. And, you know, I think that's, there's a combination of fearlessness, which is what you expect out of a Joe, but there's also a sense of humanity out of Bruce that I think makes you relate to, and I think it's one of the things about G.I. Joe, the term, we relate to it in many different ways, and I think there's a very warm feeling about it that I think certainly Americans feel about it. It's part of our heritage in a way, you know? And so you want a sense of accessibility in that person, and Bruce brought that.
Idol's a little rough and neutral. I ain't gonna be in neutral.
Yeah, we've been friends for a long time. We've been friends since the, you know, late '90s, and I love him. He's just a great guy to hang with. Really great guy, you know, to work with and act with. We had a great supporting cast, great, funny. We had so much comedy that just started to happen just because everybody's so sassy. Adriana Palicki and that whole runner in the film is just great.
It's a great relationship between him and Lady J is the character's name.
Yeah, and it's a really ambitious film. It really is. It treads 3 or 4 different, you know, different themes: comedy, badass. Can you say that? Badass, ass kicking, and great team spirit, and all those military terms really got brought into this film.
You all right?
My cholesterol's a little high.